I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com. You know, people hate to network, and it's primarily because they don't like meeting new people. They're afraid, they get embarrassed, they don't quite know what to do. Now, I worked in recruiting for more than 40 years. I became a business owner many years ago. And part of the way I built my business was with networking. I wanted to get people to know who I was, get to know, like, trust, and respect me for what I could do and how I could help. And when I first started out, I had many of the same feelings. And I would be one of those wall huggers, the people who are always on the periphery, standing there with the beverage and not really talking to people. And as much as I'm perceived as, being outgoing, and I am, certain situations were intimidating to me. Is that true of you too? Here's what I want to encourage you to do. And it's kind of like an interviewing. And if you've seen any of my videos, from a from an interview perspective, what I've always said is the more they talk, the more they like you. So the goal that you want to have in a networking situation is to ask questions that allow people to talk more, because the more that they talk and the more interested you appear to be in what they are saying, the more they're going to like you. So initially, this could start off with, approaching the group of people who are having the conversation and just kind of lingering on the outside. And someone's going to move away and you can move into their spot and you can just keep listening for a while. And then comes the first curious question. You ask a question that's designed to move the conversation or to get someone to tell you why they have that view of something. It's a social scenario, so you want to get folks to talk. And as you're standing there smiling at their answer, they're viewing you as being an engaged listener. That's a good feeling for the speaker because, if you appear interested, they want to tell you more. And from that, you can listen some more, ask another question, look over at other people, engage with them, and suddenly you have an engaged group. As it starts to evaporate, you might just simply walk over to one of them and say, "Could I have your card? Could I offer you mine? Because I'd like to pick this up on another occasion." Nothing about asking for a job, because the real work in networking isn't in that first connection. It's in the second and third touch. So, for example, I belonged to a networking group called BNI, Business Networking International. Thousands of chapters around the world, enormously successful. And in BNI, they have a philosophy called giver's gain. You want to offer referrals to the members, knowing that the more you give, the more you get. The more you're of service to others, the more that they like you, trust you, respect you, and want to do for you too. And that's going to do the same thing in your career as well. You see, networking isn't about, effective networking isn't about being transactional. And that is, I talk to you for 3 minutes, and then you say, "Do you know about any jobs for?" It just happens as a part of natural conversation. So if you were to meet with one of these folks afterwards, you might just simply say, "Tell me about what you do. Where are you working now? What's it like there? What do you like about it?" It could be a simple coffee conversation or a conversation over a drink. Make it time limited simply, as you're making the invitation. Maybe we could sit down for 40 minutes. So I can get to know you a little bit better, see where I might be able to help you. And from there, they'll reciprocate. They'll ask you about what you do and how you go about doing it. And, maintain another touch with them at a point a few weeks later. Nothing big and dramatic, but it just puts your memory in front of them again. And with time, folks will start throwing leads your way. Not always. Nothing works as often as we want it to work. But the truth is, if you do this, just remember this one thing. 70% of positions are filled as a result of networking, and of that 70% of them, or 49% in total, are filled as a result of introductions to people that your network knows that you don't. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. If you'd be interested in my coaching you throughout your search, reach out to me through LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you saw the video because I just like knowing that I'm helping some folks and how they got to me. And once we're connected, just send me a quick message. We'll set up a time for a free discovery call. And I'll also say, if you just have a couple of questions, contact me through either prestoexperts.com, which is a phone call, or through an app called Magnify, Magnifi, which is iOS only. Let's schedule a time through LinkedIn, and in this way, we can connect afterwards. Hope you have a great day. Take care.